The comparisons. I know here at Senior Cat Wellness, I'm always trying to connect the dots between the people and the felines. A basket of similarities to bridge the gap and make the channel topics more relatable. And with nose prints, unique nose prints, I think I've found yet another bridge to cross. Your cat's nose. If you're like me, it's probably not something you think about that much, if ever. But what would you say if I told you that the features of your cat's nose, they are somewhat of a calling card similar to your own fingerprints? In this material, we will dedicate our time to those unique nose prints and the purpose of this uniqueness. Interesting topic, and I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Unless your pet is just right there in your face, you will likely never notice the bumps and contours of your cat's nose, the pattern that makes your cat a genuine one of one. Cats do in fact have unique nose prints. In many ways, as noted in today's intro, your cat's nose print, or prints, they are similar to human fingerprints. Of course, this does beg the question, why? Why do cats really have a nose print at all? And as for the unique side of things, why does it even really matter at all? Does each pattern serve a genuine benefit to each and every single cat? Your pet's nose prints, the core patterns, just like fingerprints, it's developed prior to birth and assigned from birth. Genetics are responsible. After birth and as the years go by, your cat's environment, what they eat, overall general wellness, and the adventures of life can add a bit of wear to the nose, making existing contours that much more, easy for me to say, that much more pronounced or slightly altered just a bit. As for the purpose of a unique nose print, every cat, just like every person, has to go it alone. The contours of a cat's nose enable felines to better navigate their surroundings, to detect scents. This makes everything a cat does more relatable in many ways to other cats, yet uniquely genuine at the same time. Two cats can smell the same things, but the experiences will always be unique to each other and exclusive. Think of it this way. You could line up 10 people and ask them to hold a basketball. The common thread? Everyone is holding a basketball. The uniqueness? Everyone is holding the basketball with their own hands. Their hands. The feel, the sense of touch, it's a one of one. There is no one else with that pattern. 10 people doing the same thing, yet 10 people with their own exclusive experience. Now, when it comes to a cat's nose print and human fingerprints, the comparison is there, but the reliability is not, at least not to the same extent. The core reason is that, generally speaking, the print of a cat's nose due to external factors is far more likely to change compared to that of fingerprints. Cats, they can get in a bit of a mess, and while our hands can take a lot of abuse over the course of time, felines more or less live with their nose to the ground. Curious cats, what's one of the first things they do? Lean in and smell, have a sniff. This is why it is not uncommon that a cat's unique nose print changes a bit over time and goes from being unique to taking on a somewhat new pattern of originality. Earlier on, I mentioned that genetics, they do play a very significant role. Of course, naturally, the next direction of that fact would be, well, how does the contour of a kitten's nose compare to mom and dad? How different is it if ultimately the parents play such a large and obvious role? The answer, as to be expected, at least in many cases, is that the pattern is different, yet similar. Genetics suggests that similarities will appear, but no cat will have the same print, even if every cat has the same fur color, fur texture, and other obvious physical features as their parents. For the remainder of this video, the body of this content, I'd like to transition just a bit and speak about the feel of your cat's nose, the texture changes caused by outside factors beyond genetics, the many ways that a feline's nose can be manipulated, the primary causes of said manipulation. Many times here on the channel, I'll speak about environmental changes, the settings within an environment, things you can expect in terms of possible predators, the safety of the environment. When your cat goes outside for a roam around, are we talking a summer day in Arizona or a winter day in Chicago? Outside is not the same outside for every cat. With that said, if your pet's nose is quite rough and it's changed over time, hot temperatures, cold temperatures, the snow, the wind, unlike human fingerprints, which usually require something quite significant to occur to change them, the texture and even the contours of your cat's nose can be manipulated by the environment as time moves along in a rather harsh way. This is especially true if your pet is outdoors each and every day. And let's not forget the threat of sunburn. Those hot days can prove to be more than just a bit uncomfortable. Your cat's nose, if unprotected and not shielded from the sun, it could get burned. What about health matters? Could a health condition or disease, ailment, could it change the feel and even the texture of your cat's nose? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. The dry nose, for example, coupled with that rough feel, could be an indicator that your cat is dealing with at least something of a minor health issue of a minor nature. Cats, like people, they can have respiratory issues due to being in unpleasant environments. The rough and dry nose could be a sign of a sickness. So in summary, felines do have their unique nose prints, and those unique prints can be altered to some degree during the journey of life. Do you have a senior cat? Do you know a senior cat, perhaps in your neighborhood? The next time you see a cat living in those golden years, take a look at that nose. At least as close as you can get, you'll probably see that unique texture, those contours, but also signs of a life well lived. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, what are your thoughts on this topic? If you have any personal stories about these nose prints, perhaps some information about your cat's nose that you would like to share with the community, a comment section, as always, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, I'll need you to press your nose to the screen. If you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.